Hey, I'm Fred Johnson for the Airaiilimages channel. Today we have some rare footage of BQ-8 versions of the B-24 Liberator. These were radio-controlled drones intended to be filled with explosives. The upshot might have been missions against Japanese targets during World War II, but only the test work was accomplished at Eglin Field in Florida. Take a look. There's a little-known World War II project that test flew bomb-laden, radio-controlled B-24 Liberators into the ranges at Eglin Field, Florida. Several elements made this experimental project attractive. Radio control gear was improving in capability, including the use of television cameras mounted in the drone bombers to aid the remote pilot in a mothership. And as the war progressed, the Army Air Forces had an aging fleet of older, obsolescent B-24s and B-17s as newer models came into service. Air Force leaders, including General Henry H. Hap Arnold, remembered negative effects to the nascent Army Air Service at the end of World War I, when aging airframes were embraced by some in Congress and the public as useful long after their time had passed. Determined not to let old bombers block the way for new bombers to be built during and after World War II, Arnold supported expending droned aging B-17s and B-24s to deliver large loads of high explosives by crashing into enemy targets. While BQ-7 versions of modified B-17s flew as drones on some operational sorties of limited utility in Europe, codenamed Aphrodite, the Army Air Forces explored the possibility of sending droned B-24 Liberators as BQ-8s, crashing down on Japanese targets with explosive loads, and mothered by B-29s. The plan called for two pilots to man the BQ-8 from takeoff to an orbiting pattern where the mothership pilot would take over and the men in the drone would bail out. Early tests kept the pilots on board as systems and flight profiles were checked out, allowing the BQ-8 to be flown and landed safely at Eglin for further testing. Then, as seen in this captioned test film, the two flyers set the B-24D BQ-8 on course and bailed out. One BQ-8 crashed at sea, another came to Earth in a slide on the vast test ranges of Eglin Field in Florida. This footage is interesting on several levels. Different BQ-8s appear on camera, with camouflage and markings variations. In some scenes, the drone Liberator is filmed with turrets in place. Other scenes show a stripped-down Liberator minus gun turrets. It is reasonable to expect any anticipated use of BQ-8s operationally would have deleted turrets for weight and drag savings. The aircrew of the BQ-8 had to move from the cockpit to the aircraft's aft ventral hatch to bail out. The Army Air Forces later mastered the ability to have a drone flying Fortress take off by remote control, with no onboard crew. And after the war, the Navy routinely made takeoffs and landings with droned versions of the PB-4Y2 Privateer. Thanks for watching the Airailimages channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. It helps. Stick around if you appreciate real vintage film footage, researched and narrated by a human and not by artificial ignorance.